Is Saudi Arabia planning tennis's version of a live tour? With reports of a buyout and plans for new Masters-level tournaments in the kingdom, we're unpacking Saudi Arabia's plans for the sport. And it's quarterfinal Thursday at the BNP Paribas Open. We've got your night session preview. The break starts right now. Hey everybody, I'm Andrew Guy. You are watching The Break. Earlier this week, The Telegraph reported that Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, or PIF, made a $2 billion offer to unite the ATP and WTA tours, an offer that does not include the 4 Grand Slams, leaving their fate in the deal unknown. According to the article, ATP chairman Andrea Gaudenzi shared news of the offer with representatives from the 9 ATP Masters 1000 tournaments on Saturday. He allegedly explained that the tours had 90 days to accept, after which the offer would expire. This comes just weeks after the ATP signed a multi-year deal with PIF, which included naming the ATP ranking system and the year-end world #1 title after the Saudi Investment Fund. That deal also resulted in PIF branding at Masters events, something that we're already seeing at Indian Wells. So, does this $2 billion offer point to a PIF tour? Not necessarily. On Wednesday, The Guardian released an update claiming that the sources close to the decision deny the take it or leave it offer and insist that the Public Investment Fund plans to work collaboratively with the tours instead of replacing them. Part of that collaboration involves plans to host a Masters 1000 event in Saudi Arabia in early January, a time that conflicts with the United Cup currently held in Australia. This would be a big step toward growing tennis's presence in the kingdom. Currently, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia is the host city for the ATP Next Gen Finals. The Diriyah Tennis Cup has pulled huge names in the past. The Six Kings Slam is scheduled for October of this year, and Rafael Nadal was recently named ambassador for the Saudi Tennis Federation. Clearly, Saudi Arabia is ramping up their involvement in tennis. This new deal from the Public Investment Fund might not be received well by everyone in the sport. In January, Chris Everett and Martina Navratilova wrote an article in the Washington Post expressing opposition towards Saudi involvement in tennis. The kingdom's role in pro sports is often labeled as sports washing, a term meant to explain the use of pro sports to cover up human rights violations, including mistreatment of women and LGBT individuals. Saudi Arabia has disrupted F1, golf, and boxing. Is tennis the next sport to get a Saudi shakeup? The final 8 are set in the desert. Here are the quarterfinal matches on schedule for Thursday night. Carlos Alcaraz will get a chance for revenge over Alexander Zverev at 6 p.m. Eastern. The German defeated Alcaraz at the 2023 ATP Finals and again in Australia earlier this year. We'll see if Carlos can get a win in the desert for a spot in the Final 4. At 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Daniil Medvedev and Holger Rune take the court for their quarterfinal match. This will be their 3rd career meeting, but the first on a hard court. Over on Stadium 2, Coco Gauff will face 49th ranked Yuan Yue, who's fresh off an upset win over 11 seed Daria Kasatkina. That match begins at 6 p.m. Eastern. And finally, Maria Sakkari will face Emma Navarro, who's coming off of a huge victory in round 4. The American just notched the biggest win of her career over Aryna Sabalenka. We'll see if Emma can pull off another top 10 win tonight over Sakkari. Live action from the BNP Paribas Open begins daily at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Tennis Channel. We will see you tomorrow.